Alright, and let's go ahead and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're picking up where we left off on our last episode of the Sands of Aura hard mode playthrough. In which course we went to the Colossus of Radiance so that we could trigger the fight with Danthea as the boss there. Doing so then enables her to go to Ishlar, which is our next destination, and which is where I am headed right now. It's that tower right in front of us. You can get there by heading from Medic Stronghold right here. Directly north of it, you'll see this giant tower here. It was originally covered in a blanket of green energy that you couldn't pass through. But when we give the sigil from going to the Azure Forge, or Flare Forge, and what was it? What was the other location? Medic Stronghold. It actually brought down the shield around Ishlar, or at least Mentes brings it down. So now that we're able to go here and Danthea is freed, we can now head on over to the dock that is on the east side of this building and dock there and make our way up the side of the tower. I don't want to say that Ishlar is definitely kind of one of the more trialing areas in this game. Mostly because we're going to run into enemies who have a pretty weird debuff that they can throw on you as you run around. Why is it like slowed down there? You can't glide apparently. This close to the building. Okay. Had to clear my nose right there. Sorry about that. But yeah. So Ishlar, what makes it so difficult? Well, first off, we have a couple things that we need to make happen, like triggering wise. The first thing we need to trigger is getting all the way to the tower, making sure we open up all the shortcut gates to the top of the tower. Doing so, we'll have to fight through a lot of enemies, most of which have a weird mechanic in which whenever they get to you, they'll actually latch onto you and actually lower your maximum amount of health. And the only way to actually clear this debuff, from what I can remember, is I think you have to use, I don't think a heal bell does it. I think the only way to reset it is to hit at a bell. So there's Calder.
The church was wrong to qualify you as the burned man, Calder. There is no sinner I am sent to redeem. No grant. I am a blade of the seven no longer.
So there's Danthea. And Danthea is actually very important to us as well. Because we'll actually need her help throughout this thing. So Calder right here is actually trying to get to the base of Ishlar, which is actually located underneath a statue. This statue, however, the pathway does not open unless we get all the way to the top to what's called the astrolabe, which is also where the final boss is at, right outside that room. But in order to get that to trigger, from what I can remember, you actually need a giant, this immortal giant, to show up several times, and you have to beat him away. But if at any point you hit a checkpoint, you have to start all over again. I believe there are like 5 or 6 encounters in which you have to fight him. Danthea will actually assist you with a majority of them from what I remember. And if you make it all the way to the top to the last encounter right outside the laboratory, it then causes a puzzle to trigger in which you are able to finish off that giant, more or less. I think. If I'm messing this up, obviously I'll clear it up. So first things first, we need to go over here this way. These are the enemies you definitely don't want to latch onto you, because again, they will reduce your maximum overall health. We could actually probably showcase that in a second. I am going to go ahead and hit this bell. So here's this guy. And they'll latch onto you. Like that. Oh, that's right, that's right. So they make noise. They don't reduce your max. They reduce your max health, but you can get rid of them if you ring a bell. There they go. They die. So that's how you get rid of those guys. So we're going to hit this bell so we have our checkpoint, and then we'll start making our trek all the way up to the top. It took me far too long to realize those guys could latch onto you. I didn't even realize there was like this laughing ball of dudes just hanging on me. It shows you what my observational skills are like sometimes. But we're going to go ahead left because this is our natural way of heading up to the top first. And we're gonna go ahead and take care of this guy right here. Like that. And we got a sacramite ingot, which is good because I need some sacramite ingots. It's the only thing that's left from getting my Oni set complete. I am at level 19 on 2 pieces, and you need 2 pieces of sacramite ingot a piece to get them to 20. So this is our first giant fight right here. I'm gonna go ahead and ring my bell, but I'm also gonna choose not to fight him. There's Danthea over there. She's fighting some enemies for us. What I'm actually going to opt to do is I'm going to run through this, and somehow I managed to get hit by that. But we're going to run up these stairs because he will despawn after you run a certain distance away. After you've done enough damage to him, he will also retreat on his own because, of course, you do have to fight him several times throughout. We're going to head up these left stairs right here. Oh, man, we got covered in a couple. No, we got covered in a dude, it looked like. Alright, and then we're going to head left here. We can talk to this guy. I can't remember what helping this dude does. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and talk to him. I can't remember what he gives us, but it's not super important to what we're doing. I was just talking to him in case he'd give us an item. So we're going to clear through these guys right here. We can, like, opt to get these guys to go this way. Or let that guy take that dot damage. Where are these guys at? We're gonna go ahead and keep on hitting this guy. Go ahead and do that. And this guy's dead. I didn't know there were gonna be 3 of them here, but the other 2 didn't seem to care at all. We might just run by them, because fighting these guys isn't really what I want to do for the time being. As a matter of fact, I am not really keen on having to fight them at all. So here's the second fight with a giant. It will be right about here. He'll show up on, yeah, right there. Danthea's gonna go ahead and aggro him for us. Oh, not good for us. I'm gonna go ahead and ring a bell. I don't know where that guy got his ads at. We might be in a bad place here. I'm hoping not. Ooh, oh my god. So much death. There you go. Like a glove. Absolutely no effort there on our part. We'll go ahead and unlock our first shortcut. As you can see, there is the fountain down there that Caldwell is at. We'll run up this ramp to the side. We got some new pinwheel enemies. They are actually fairly easy to deal with. Of course, you can do what I am doing, which is line of sighting these guys. There we go. There's one. And there's 2. There's going to be an area right here, I believe. We have to fight another giant. This is new, I think. Those guys are dead. I did a little power attack there. It seems to do enough. We'll go ahead and dodge out of this one. They'll break through that wall right there. Alright, and then we have him running away from that side. Oh, looks like we can't parry that. I was wondering if we could. There we go. And then we're going to have a couple of more of those guys show up right over here. They are hurting me. I'm going to try to see if I can cut around this corner and deal with that. Alright, so we cleared out all those guys. We are taking a lot of damage here, but the good news is I don't think we have too much further to go in order to lock the last shortcut for the top of the stairs. We're going to go up here. We're going to have another giant encounter. He's going to be right here. There he goes. Danthea is going to go there. And we're just going to run past majority of this stuff. This section right here is going to have a whole bunch of enemies, but we can actually look to go around a couple of these guys, if I remember. That guy's going to go down. There we go. And I want to say we can actually follow this rooftop over here and circumvent a lot of these enemies. We can jump this roof. There's gonna be a fountain here. I don't think there is a giant encounter right here. No, but there is something here. Maybe we should try. Alright, so there he goes. What is this?
Upon it, I remember seeing it's a statue dedicated to...
Okay, so nothing super important. So then we're going to run over here to the left side, and we are going to encounter, I think, our... What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th encounter with the giant. Alright, we actually got hit a couple times there. That's A-okay. Oh yeah, and there is a cache here that you can give to Galena. It's actually over there. You can make that jump from that ramp right there, but we are going to not do that. We're going to go on this side. There's our giant friend. I don't think we get Danthea's help there. But we do have to be careful of this guy. I do not like those guys. Those guys can eat it. I'm going to run directly past him, and we are going to open up this gate right here. And of course, you can see now we have a straight shot down to the fountain. I am going to go ahead and head all the way down.
The rooftops here are similar. I can't remember before the...
Alright. So there is that. We are going to go ahead and head all the way down. And we are going to go ahead and reset and get our bell charges back. And here we are. Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to make sure, check my notes to make sure we had everything correct. Yes, we do have to beat the giant in all the locations that we've seen so far in order to get access to the astrolabe. Alright, so this might be like the 5th time I'm attempting this one. This is definitely one of the more complicated challenges in the game. Trying to make it to the top of the tower, killing this giant in like 8 different places. It's not even killing the giant that's difficult. It is absolutely 100% up to the just mass amount of enemies you're gonna have to kill to get all the way up there to the top. But we're gonna try it, see what happens. So these she's gonna go work on those guys over there. We want to get this guy hooked up in a tree if we can. We've got him successfully hooked into the tree. If I can just keep him hooked in the tree, I will be in a good spot. Alright, so now that they're dead, we got a pack of the little crawler enemies should be coming up somewhere. I didn't even notice that we had a guy latched onto us. Don't know when that happened. I am going to hold on to our block button because he will do a spinning attack that does like a little red slash, that right there. And that thing, the range on that is just enormous. If we see him do like an overhead smash attack, we'll go ahead and help her out. That gives us pretty much a little clearing to deal with him on some level with her. But we would definitely don't want to take any damage if at all possible. I'm wondering where that little pack of crawlers is that's usually right here. Usually there's a little pack of dudes who are trying to latch onto me or her. But we didn't see them, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Alright, so there's guys, and there's probably like 2 more somewhere right here. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and let that do its work. Alright, so there's that guy. Now we gotta make sure to not de-aggro this guy. Come on, Danthea. There we go. Gonna go ahead and hit that right there. Little shield just in case, because that thing has hella range. Gonna go ahead and with a little bit of a bleed there to help her out. Also trying to get us some spellblade charges, and that should get him to be dead. That's that. What was that? Number 3? Oh, and there's like 3 of those dudes down there. So they decided to congregate. We're gonna rush this. Not usually for rushing this one. Ow. I don't know how those guys managed to hit me there. But I need them to go away permanently. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bell. And maybe get... Oh my god. Where's Danthea? Why are you all the way down here? Alright, so that enemy is obviously bugged. He's not going away at all. But hopefully we can keep the amount of damage we're taking down. I'm gonna stand behind him. Okay, so he... Oh, man. I didn't even realize he was... I was paying too much attention to the giant and the fact that the giant was going down. Really, dude, I need you to go away. This isn't annoying at all. Alright, so there is giant number 3 going down. I'll let Danthea do all the fighting there. Alright, so there's giant number 4. Probably my most successful attempt at taking him down. Screw that guy right there. I absolutely hate that guy. He seems to ignore my decoys most of the time. We'll take these guys with us. I'm gonna go ahead and run past all of these. If I can, I'm gonna run through this right here. I might take this guy up the stairs with me. Oh my god. Let's see. How was the best way? Are they going to follow me up? He's going to follow me up. And looks like he'll bleed himself to death. So we got one more giant spot. It's over there in the corner, I believe. There's Danthea. She's going to keep that fight for us. I'm going to stand right here and see if we can just let her have it. If we can make it past this, we are golden. We are crispy. Once she's dealt with all those guys, we'll make our way up to the top of the tower, and there is but one location left where we have to fight this giant, and once we beat him there, he will officially be dead. I'm hoping that she will kill these guys while she is at it. I don't want to have to deal with that guy, if at all possible. I'm keeping an eye on... Okay, so she managed to kill the giant there. We're going to run up the stairs. We might have a couple of the little flayed dudes right here. Let's try not to get them hooked on us. Somehow, these guys want every bit of our booty hole. Alright, so we're exactly where we need to be. I'm going to travel around the outside of this map because I don't think there are any enemies here that we have to fight. There is a resonance bell up top of that little platform up there. We will get there in a moment, but none of this is important as getting around to the other side because we cannot rest until the giant has been slain in all the locations. And there is one last location. It's located over here by this wall on the other side of this. That's the main hallway to the final boss of this area. Danthea will spawn right over here, maybe? Yeah. So we're going to let her do her thing. We are going to hold down their block button right here just in case he decides to do his little spinning thing. We'll go ahead and help her out the best we can. And I swear, this would be so much harder if she wasn't invincible. So there he is. There he goes. We picked up our completed astrolabe, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and head back over to the resonance belt and rest up before we die. The good thing for us, though, is that we never have to fight that giant ever again. He's dead. So for all intents and purposes, if you ever need to come back, do anything like that, of course, as you know, you do not have to kill him or fight him anymore in any of the previous locations. Makes things a lot easier. We'll go ahead and head into the astrolabe area where we saw Danthea just drop down. And then we can go on to the final boss of this area. So we'll head on over here. It looks like this wall is boarded up too, but you can break through it. There is a reason to go over there. It doesn't really matter to us so much so anymore. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that would matter to us. So essentially, nothing else over here matters to us. We can go back down to the bottom. This right here more or less corresponds to the puzzle at the base of the Ishalar, essentially. Alright, so we're back at the astrolabe puzzle down here at the base where Caldwell is at. Now that we've completed the giant kills, we can go ahead and turn this little dial here and get access to the sanctum underneath Ishalar. So we're going to turn this outer ring a couple times. And this is all based off the puzzle that's upstairs in the astrolabe tower, more or less. You can basically line them up based on what you see in that room on the lights, or you can just do what I'm doing and follow what I'm doing. So we're going to turn this one more time, I believe. And then I think this only requires 1 or 2 turns to be right. You'll know that it's right based off the angle of the camera.
How right she was in bringing you here.
And also the stairs lifting up.
Seen it sooner. After it, I have not.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and follow Caldwell into there. It's actually fine to do this first. Doesn't matter if you want to go beat the boss first or do this. It actually would say probably better to do this first, if only because of the fact that you have to get to another area down here, and you can only get to the other area once you've beaten, or you come down here and inspect this and then go back up to the boss area. So we'll just go ahead and come down here. There's a minor amount of platforming required to go all the way to the bottom. Alright, here we are at the bottom of the Ishalar Tower. We're basically in the Undercroft. This is where Caldwell wants to go. First things first, if you're just trying to stay on beat, head down to the end of this bridge over here. You'll see a library over here, and once you come all the way to this library, Caldwell will be speaking at that desk over there. I accidentally already triggered it, so really not much to say there other than he's upset about something. So once talking to him, there'll be a glowing item underneath there. It is a medallion of Lysis, I believe that was called. Pendant of Lysis, I think, actually. So we have that right there. Can be used to interact with the environment, so we'll just have that with us for the time being. After you've talked with him and picked up the pendant of Lysis, you're then going to come back over to this little central hub area, little crossroads, and we're going to make our way down these rooftops. I've actually done this a couple of times. I got stuck in geometry a couple of times, so I will say, make sure you're being safe. I would definitely advise, if you don't want to concern yourself with too much fall damage, go ahead and equip the metal that gives you reduced fall damage, and you can probably, see how good that could help you. But we will take some fall damage from this. It's unavoidable. So like right there, we took some. Watch that left side right there. I did get hung up on that a couple of times. I actually lost 50,000 glint and then tried to recover it and kept on getting stuck. Basically, there's no wiggle room for you, so you kind of stutter step there. Go ahead and climb this ladder right here on the side of this tower. I'm going to go ahead and top myself off, because I have died right here. Actually, that's how I died last time. I guess I didn't have enough health, or the way I jumped made it like an instant kill. It was kind of weird, honestly. And then we'll notice that there's an interactable area over here. Which makes me think maybe you don't have to come down here, but I just naturally come down here. So while the way forward is obstructed, it appears someone managed to climb through just before the collapse. Guess who that is? If you're looking to go back up and you want to go back like a natural way, there's a ladder here, and you can scale some rooftops, and it'll take you over to where the library section is, and Caldwell will be over there. There will be a hat over there for a set of armor that's located in this area and around this area. I'm going to go ahead and choose to use the echoing bell. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, once we get back here, I'm going to teleport back to the top of the tower. The pearlescent court, no, the great graveyard, there we go. We're going to make our way to the final boss of this area, which is Atnael. I don't think that I have any particular things I'm trying to achieve with this fight. I believe I actually managed to accomplish the side objective for this boss fight the first time, which I believe was not getting hit by a specific attack. I like using the decoy, and I think that helped a lot. So I'm going to take the armor pen right here, and we're going to try to avoid these guys. Oh, we took one hit from that guy. And we're going to enter this chamber right here. Looks like he did not want to go and attack our decoy. I'm going to go ahead and hit a bell once. We are at 3 spell charges and a full corruption bar, so that's good for us. And here's the boss. This is attempt number 1. Let's see how we go. Oh, Atnael. I really wish we had a scythe like that. That'd be cool if we had a scythe weapon. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Alright, let's jump down here and deal with him. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, somehow he hit us behind him. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep on doing this to him. Oh, he's gonna acid splash around him. I'm gonna go ahead and hit a couple of potion charges here. Oh, shit. I don't know. I can't remember what these skulls are for. Well, we'll go ahead and dodge those while we can. Oh, Testament Bell corrupted. Not good. Oh, we managed to down him the first time on hard mode. Whew, okay. I don't know what Testament Bell corrupted means. So, we're a good thing we don't have to concern ourselves with that. I wonder if it kills us. Like, does it do damage when we use the bell? I guess we'll never know. We're back down to one bell. We'll come over here, and now that we've accessed that bottom area, we should have the ability to use an elevator located right at the stairs here on the side.
That chest, Knight.
And then we'll grab another part of the sigil. Originally, if you come over here and come to this area, it's usually inactive, like it says right here. But we can put the pendant Elisis here that we got from upstairs, and it'll activate this elevator. This will take us all the way down to the other side where Caldwell is, where he crawled through, actually. And then we'll find Caldwell down here, talking to the corruption. Now, this is actually a game-changing moment right here. What you say to Caldwell really determines what happens with Caldwell next. You can either choose him, talk to him to get him to go back to Starspire and confront everybody there and basically try to repent for his deeds of burning down the church, or he will go to the crumbling basilica. I got him to repent last time, so this time when we talk to him, we're going to talk to him into going to the crumbling basilica.
Please, Knight.
Alright, he doubles over and clenches his arms across his body. So we either get him to drink or no. And I believe we actually want him to drink.
I just have to go where it calls me. If I refuse, freedom sleeps where the emeralds. I don't know. I can't. Please.
Alright, so this right here, if you say Calder Stomp doesn't go back to Starspire, he'll go back to Starspire. You're right, this may be your only chance of freedom. We're going to go ahead and pick, you are right, this may be your only chance of freedom.
And so I must.
So he drinks the chalice, a dark liquid spills over his chin, and down the front of his robe as well. His eyes appear refreshed. You notice a slight undulation beneath them. His face loses all expression, his voice goes cold.
I see now how little we understand. Meet me at the crumbling basilica, Knight. He's waiting for us both.
And that, my friends, is all of, well, not all of, but it is a our hard mode playthrough for Ishular. I don't believe there are any other segments here. I don't think so. Can we do anything with this ourselves? We can pick it up. I don't know what we got for picking that up. But we can now officially head out of here. I don't think we can actually go out this way. We can take the elevator. The parturition vessel. Okay, I think there are some glint points over here, though. I could be wrong. Nope, there is one right over there. And there also seems to be something at the end of the path. That's the Matskuras. Alright, so now we'll head on back to the last resonance bell you're at. And then we'll head on back to Starspire. Something is amiss. Oh, that's right. We gotta head back up naturally, don't we? Oh, no, we can't go to Starspire. We actually have to take our grain wake there. We can head literally anywhere else. We just can't go there. So I'm actually gonna go to the ruins of Herwell. Just because it's going to be close to the crumbling basilica, which is where we're going to go to for the next episode. So that being said, if you like the content and you want to see how the Sands of Aura hard mode playthrough plays out, feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below for the algorithm and all that jazz. Yeah, that being said, you guys take care, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Later.